Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. I'd like to talk to you about how we empower designers through IT. Modern designers usually have the least flexibility of any user from an IT perspective. Getting work done means being tied to a desk with a powerful workstation running underneath. On top of that, design teams today are typically global. So you may have a designer in India that collaborates with someone in the United States, and they're sharing these enormous files, and syncing them back and forth creates downtime. I worked with a customer last week where a designer would log on to their workstation at 9 a.m., but loading all the files they needed to actually get work done took until 10. That's an hour of their day they're tied to this desk, and they're not even productive. So what if we could free our designers from their desks and empower them to work from a mobile workspace? We can, and I'd love to share it with you. So assume I'm an end user designer. This is my personal device, a MacBook Pro, that I'd love to be able to use for work. On any web browser, I can log in and see a list of resources that my company makes available to me through Citrix. One of them is Autodesk Inventor. That's great. This is a CAD application I use every day for work. I happen to have it up here. And you can see this is a full version of Autodesk. And the performance is just like my local workstation, which is really incredible. This is possible because on the back end, we've given this machine the resources that it needs to run this software smoothly. And Citrix maintains this great user experience even over the network to this device. As an end user, I also heavily rely on a peripheral device we call a SpaceMouse. Now, every designer I know has this on their desk because it's essential for productivity, and you'll see why in a minute. If I want to use that in Citrix, I simply have to map it in my devices list. You can see it there. And I now have the full functionality of this device, all the buttons, everything works great, fully responsive, and just check out the performance, right? This is just like I'm used to, and I can absolutely get work done on this. So, we broke that chain. We can take our device and our peripherals anywhere we want and get work done. But there's one more thing that still bugs me. At my desk at an office, I have these huge monitors. Most designers do. Because sometimes we need that screen real estate when we're working with assemblies to really get a feel for the parts we're doing. Now, if I'm in the office, I can take my MacBook Pro, I can plug it into something like this, be fully productive. But what if we want to take it one step further towards mobilizing it? How do we empower people to really be productive from hotel rooms, from airports? What if there was a way to replicate the experience of these monitors with something portable? I already carry my Samsung device with me 24/7, and this powerful device makes a great endpoint for Citrix. Combine that with your Oculus Gear VR, and it also becomes a 100-inch screen in an immersive virtual environment that I can put on and work off of and have the real estate I need. Pair your Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, and this becomes all the mobile workspace I need. So let's check out what that looks like. So with my device on, you can see I can log in through any web browser and see a list of applications and desktops, same exact on my Mac. Here I'm going to launch my Windows 10 machine with e-drawings that I need to do some work on. As that launches, you see I can flip back and forth. If I need to launch multiple applications and desktops simultaneously, I can, but with my e-drawings up, I can continue this assembly work I've been doing on my C-Scooter. Now I can flip back and forth my view orientations here, really get a good feel for this device in this virtual reality. I can even use my Bluetooth mouse here to freehand rotate these assemblies around and be productive in this virtual environment. So, we've liberated ourselves from our desks. We've even empowered big screen productivity from anywhere. And along with this great user experience, we have a number of business benefits. The solution's architecture allows us to reduce those file load times dramatically. For the customer I discussed earlier, when we implemented this solution, those file load times went from an hour down to around 5 minutes. That's an extra hour of productivity per day per engineer. It also means your data stays in your data center. These devices are only being sent screen updates. No data comes out to them. But above all, Your designers have to be happy. And with this experience, I've liberated them to work off the devices they love from any location they happen to be in. It's time we transform the way our designers work and adopt a more secure, more productive, device-independent experience to empower design. Thank you all very much for your time.